So I wasn't even going to mention because I spoke about it recently in my testimony, but almost 2 years ago, I had a dream. And in my dream, we were on a rooftop where there were like palm trees, and it was at night. And on the rooftop, it was like some type of restaurant. In my spirit, I felt like I was a kick butt FBI agent. Um, and we were closing in on the suspect. We were like duck walking. You know how you like walk slow towards the perp and you arresting him. The suspect was in the middle. It was about me, five, six other individuals, my coworkers, and the suspect had his hands up, and the guy completely and utterly looks like Joe Biden. Um, my family was sitting off to the left at like a dinner table, but like a picnic table, but a dinner table, eating, but they was like watching me. Um, if you're familiar with my testimony, I mean, then I didn't know anything, and you'll understand in my testimony, I was getting used to being a prophetic dreamer. Then I wasn't, accurate about what I was seeing and feeling. It took a lot of training from the Holy Spirit to get me to be sure about, some things that I was not sure about. But yeah, so with this dream, my family was there to the left eating. We closed in on a suspect. We apprehended the suspect. And my spirit, I felt like I was focused. Like I was really, really focused. And I believe the reason being is because I knew what I was doing. Now, I'd never been an FBI agent, none of that, but I mean, I was almost a correction officer, but I never was an FBI agent, but I felt so sure in my spirit about this suspect. Like, I was focused on this suspect. I knew who this suspect was and was finally happy to apprehend him. So after my coworkers apprehended the suspect, we turned around and it was this woman waiting on me, and she felt like she was my husband. Well, I'm sorry, she was my wife. And I saw a female with braids, and we just like went forehead to forehead, and we just touched each other on the forehead. We didn't touch like physically with hands, but it was forehead to forehead. Now there's this woman that I help, I assist, and aid through her spiritual gifts in my life. But there was a time 2 years ago where we were romantically involved, and it led to a whole lot of stuff. If you want to know the details, check out my testimony, part one, because my testimony is long. It's about 3 parts. But anyway, part one in my testimony, which will be airing on October 17th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, once we apprehended, so I went back to the woman, and then, after we put our heads together and everything, an arm went up. An arm went up, and when an arm went up, like a presenting, there was these really long stairs, like Rocky, like these really, really long stairs. And then at the top of the stairs, there was a white, bright, bright light beam. And then I woke up. Now, through the 2 years, with it being a stronghold, because I was trying to figure out what it was, um, it pretty much was about the laws of God. It was all about legislation. And at the time, Joe Biden was getting apprehended. He was getting arrested because when you dream, you're a prophetic dreamer, most of the times when you dream, it's about authority, respecting authority, which is law, which is legislation. And at the time, I didn't even know who Joe Biden was. 2 years ago, 2018, I didn't know who Joe Biden was. Um, and the crazy thing is, Joe Biden had on a white T-shirt. Any prophetic dreamer knows with a person with a white T-shirt, that means that their personality is hidden, like purity, like their personality is hidden. They have a mask, because your T-shirt is like your garment. It's like what you're wearing. It's like your identity, personality, character. So yeah, and what about the woman? It was about legislation as well, where we are killing the Jezebel spirit. It's a prophecy about the Jezebel spirit and homosexuality, and Yeah, my family just watching because of my testimony. They don't understand a lot of things, but they will. Some things they do, but they're in denial about me being prophetic. So, yeah, since then I've met so many prophetic people. God has put me around like-minded individuals to help me understand. So, I don't want to base my judgment on who to vote for based off of my dream, although I have enlightenment and provision and insight on what's going on behind the curtains of the election. But this is about legislation, the will and the law and testament of God.